Hello, amazing souls. Welcome. I'm Anka. Today, I want to share with you my insights on endings. Very specifically, the difference between I'm done with the situation, with the person, whatever it is, and it's complete. Notice how I'm framing that. One is very personal, still, I'm done. And the second one, we have arrived into a detachment, into a neutrality. The pattern is complete. And yes, this is a conversation that's very energetic and it's very pertinent to patterns, right? And patterns are situations that we keep finding ourselves in because the lesson, or better stated, the wisdom, the reason why you were in that situation from the beginning, in the first place, has not reached integration, assimilation for whatever reason. And the reason is not important. And we're all there. We've all been around the block, a few times, to say the least, right? And so now the low-hanging fruit have been collected. And as we're moving into unity and in this unconditional love more and more, these patterns and these situations that we're in are also very much more complex, and we're coming more into the meat, closer to the bone type situations. And so we have to move way more with awareness about these decisions and how we solve these patterns. It's not enough anymore to just cut and end and solve the situations, these situations from a 3D perspective. We have to move into energetic completing them, and that's a whole different ball game. And so hopefully this video will shed, and I wanted to serve as confirmation and add a little bit of information to what you already know, because if you're not there, it's harder to navigate. It's not pertinent to you yet, right? So, okay, so what do I mean when I'm saying I'm done? The I'm done is very much the 3D. You have come into the awareness of the situation. You have enough proof, you have enough evidence that you have detached yourself, you have done enough work to no longer want to be engaged in that relationship. And yes, it's all about relationships, right? But relationship is everything. We're talking a friendship. We could be talking a work environment. But your work environment, it doesn't necessarily mean just with your boss or with your coworkers. It could mean with the whole institution. It could mean with the whole industry. But as we move into more personal matters like a partner, family issues, the complexity rises, right? And you can cut it in a very reactive way, and you can physically remove yourself from that. But because it's not done on an energetic level, that pattern of percentages, that whatever you have not completed, it's going to show up. And if it's not showing up in this life, it's going to keep showing up in all these lifetimes, right? So to me, if you're in some type of pattern like that and you're realizing that you're in this pattern, you're realizing that you're coming close to that I'm done, you're coming close to, it needs to, a separation needs to happen because I'm reaching this level within myself. But how you're exiting has to be done in a new way, right? And it has to be done in the best way for the all. But it turns out that whatever will suit you, whatever it's best for you, when you reach that level of completion within you, that is also the best for all involved. And so, as always, the work is right here within the you, within the I, within the self. So, I'm done is stage one. You have the information, you have the proof, you have everything you need to understand that you no longer belong in that relationship, but the reaction is still high, right? You still want to go in your boss's office and slam that 2-week notice, or here's my notice, I'm walking out of here now, right? You still want that revenge. You want to be heard. You want to tell them how it is, all the wrongs that have been done onto you. And I'm not saying that that is not truth. You know, from your perspective, it is truth, but it's not elegant from a spiritual way. So my offer today is, as you're approaching that stage, if you can make that decision of I'm done on an emotional and mental level within yourself, and it's important for you to make that decision. Okay, I am truly done. And sometimes we are done, or we're making that statement, and then we realize that a couple days later, the situation improves in a very weird way. Most likely, that is your first test. The universe, and it's always the mirror effect, where the universe is going to ask you, are you really done? Or was that just kind of, you had a weak moment? And so when the situation improves, you have to decide again, are you standing your ground, or you're not done yet? And then you're going back into the pattern until you're done again, right? But there will come a day when you're truly done. So when the situation improves again, you can see how, okay, universe, I am in my full awareness today. I am holding my ground. I am reinforcing my boundary. I'm communicating in a different way, or whatever, however you need to move around that situation, but you're standing firm in the I'm done. And what do I mean by that is you're still not exiting, because from the emotional and mental aspect, there's still work to be done, but you're still navigating the situation from enforced boundaries while you're in the situation. And then with that final firm decision, you can move into stillness to do the energetic. Many times there's either a tower moment that needs to be unfolded. The situation has to literally dismantle from a very energetic space. And that work is the hard work, really, where you're coming every single day into stillness within you, and you're moving into, how is this not love? How is this response? How is this conflict? Or how is this love? Is the question. But how am I not seeing that this is love? Because it's all about you, right? It's a reflection of the illusion that this is not love. So you are dismantling the belief system within you. You're dismantling the ego that somehow this situation is hurting you. And you're taking everything that is triggering you, everything that is creating a conflict within you, you're picking that apart and you're coming into love every single day. It is very hard work. Okay. There's a lot of tears, a lot of sorrow, a lot of suffering. If you do this work, however, you are coming into an acceptance. You're coming into a healing. You're coming into a love that, well, you've never been there before. And yes, it's hard, but you're coming into a beauty, into a neutrality that it just makes everything worth it. And from that space, actually, if you're truly coming into that space, you don't have to do anything on the outside. You're literally just responding, and that's the difference, right? Before the stage of I'm done, you're fighting your reactions. You're constantly daily working with reaction, and that takes a lot of power and strength. Between I'm done and completeness, you're working on your response. You are very controlled, right? But not from the ego, from the emotional space. You're controlling that ego, and you are responding every day with what is higher. What is higher for you? Not for everyone. You're not pleasing. You're not justifying. You're not. That's the boundary, right? But what is best for you while you're still in the situation? You're navigating that, but you're responding in a very aware way. And that takes even more power and even more strength. That's why the meditation and the stillness, sleep is not something that will restore that energy. It is very energetic, and only mindful meditation, that stillness, will recharge you. So if you're doing this work and you're not meditating, I don't know if you can. I don't think you can. So daily meditation practice and recharging. Maybe meditation means yoga for you. I don't know what, or breath work, right? It doesn't matter how meditation and that recharging happens, but you're at this point coming to a daily must practice, and you are responding. But when you are responding, you are no longer wasting energy the same way, and you are literally becoming stronger and wholer, more complete, healed every single day, even when you're falling off the bandwagon. Because do you think you can respond every single day? No, there's going to be days that you're going to react. It's okay. You're still within this stage. You're still in this transition period. Transition does not require perfection. Transition requires dedication. You just have to show up. Failing is not failure. If you showed up and the next day you're still showing up, that is success. That's it. So you're striving, you're dedicated to this work, and you're just doing the work every single day. And then there comes one day, because of the energetic intake and because your literal frequency signature is changing and strengthening, you don't have to make anything happen with that situation. There is a magical untangling that is happening, and there comes this day when there is an opportunity for you to respond in a final way. And if you're understanding that this is your gift, you have arrived at this completion through this dedication, through this perseverance, and you You don't have to prove anything, not even to you, because you are it by then the universe just untangles this. Yes, the action in the 3D, so you still have to respond, but you see the opportunity, and that day comes and things untangle. And that is the day that you have arrived completion. And that pattern is done. So my ask, if you are in a situation like that, understand that that is a gift, that you have an opportunity to untangle. So this is huge, because like I said, if you're watching this video, I have certainty that you took care of the low-hanging fruit, right? You might not be dealing with a single lifetime of karmic entanglement. Whatever you're working on, and why this transition period is so difficult, it's because you're dealing with generational stuff. So if you are doing this work and finally coming to a decision to, okay, I'm not just done, I'm going to go to full completion, you will see a change in your children. And to me, if you're working with love, if you're working, your goal is this unity, this goal, your goal is to overcome, not overcome, to move out of duality, right, into a true spiritual realm, then it's almost like you have the responsibility to work with completion. You have the spiritual maturity. You can't postpone any longer this type of work. It's just what it is. And so I'm also noticing that if we can do this, right, if we can step into this type of strength in masses, the collective is stepping into their maturity and into truly doing their work. When you do it together, I'm not saying it's not hard, it is not difficult, but I'm seeing in my own skin how it is to do the work on your own, and what it means to do the work in, I don't even want to say in a community, because I mean, in a community is like luxury already. If you have the support system in the 3D, if you have your network, that is gold. That's the new currency, right? But even collectively, I feel like you can move mentally and ask for, can I energetically be in this webbing where people are taking responsibility of this type of work, and you feel that strength of the collective. That alone is a game changer, because we don't operate in a vacuum. We're above that. Our this is a group project, okay? Our karma is very entangled. So the more we understand that we're in this together, the more not only we can rely and move into the resources, but it's also the ease, the magic, because I don't know what else to call it, shows up in a faster way. Of course, you can't do it from that angle. You can't, you have to do it from authentic place. But I'm seeing an ease that is, I'm in awe, right? So here it is. Use it, right? And I'm hoping that this information was great. It was very useful. So thank you so much. I will see you in the next one if you found these type of sharings useful and helpful. All right. Bye.